Sidney Powell gets the boot. The presidential transition is set to begin, and people are beginning to be scared that the government will force them to take a vaccine. But can they do that? Let's get into it. The United States federal government leaves some decisions and powers for the states. One of these powers is the police powers, and the police powers allow states to make certain decisions and laws when it comes to public health. In 1905, for example, citizens were forced to take smallpox vaccines. It went up all the way to the Supreme Court, and guess what? They said that police powers were allowed by the states and they could force you to take the vaccine. So hypothetically speaking, they could do it again. Very nice. I was reading about this online and I came across this article. Keep in mind, it's from 2006. Imagine that Joseph, a 21-year-old student at a state university in Illinois, is spending 3 months in China for a summer study program abroad. While he's there, severe acute respiratory syndrome, SARS, breaks out in Canada and is traced back to China. Ain't that scary? 2006. But hey, even if governments don't force us to take the vaccines, you know who will? The corporations. Ticketmaster has already come and said that if you want to get into one of their events, you best show them that you took the vaccine. And if you think, oh, well, I don't go to concerts, no problem. Well, let me ask you this. Do you fly? The CEO of an Australian airline has already come out and said that in order to fly with their airline, you're going to have to show them that you took the vaccine. Take a listen.
Yeah, we are looking at changing our terms and conditions to say for international travellers that we will ask people to have a vaccination before they can get on the aircraft.
This is only the beginning, I'm afraid. Sad. Scary. And since that's the theme of this video, let's talk about Trump leaving office. Last Friday and over the weekend, Sidney Powell made some very interesting allegations about voter fraud. She claimed, among other things, that Cuba, Venezuela, and other communist money was behind the hacking of the Dominion voting systems. She also claimed that Republican Governor Brian Kemp was in on it and accepted bribes in order to implement the Dominion voting systems in Georgia. Very interesting and very juicy allegations. Take a listen.
Let me ask you about the state of Georgia. Obviously, yesterday, the governor there, he certified the election for Joe Biden. It's about 12,000 votes. And what you see, will Georgia switch?
Yeah, that's a total farce. Georgia's probably going to be the first state I'm going to blow up, and Mr. Kemp and the Secretary of State need to go with it because they're in on the Dominion scam with their last-minute purchase or award of a contract to Dominion of $100 million. The State Bureau of Investigation for Georgia ought to be looking into the financial benefits received by Mr. Kemp and the Secretary of State's family about that time. And another benefit Dominion was created to award is what I would call election insurance. That's why Hugo Chavez had it created in the first place. But I also wonder where he got the technology, where it actually came from, because I think it's hammer and scorecard from the CIA.
Just to clarify, you're saying that Governor Kemp, who's been a longtime ally of the president, is directly involved because of financial benefit in the conspiracy to defeat the president in Georgia?
We have certainly been told that there is evidence of that, and it would warrant an investigation if anybody were actually going to do an honest investigation.
What more could you tell us about that alleged conspiracy? Is the governor's involved?
I can't give you any more details than that now, but it would certainly warrant an investigation. If it had been reported to me as a law enforcement officer, I would be investigating it steadfastly.
I know you say you want to do your arguing in court. You are an attorney. You're not a press secretary, but you all did have a press conference last week. Jordan Sekelo said that there's going to be a filing soon in Georgia that would be explosive. Can you tell us anything? Can you make some news with us here tonight? Tell us anything new that you're going to present in that filing in Georgia?
Well, I can't say that yet, but hopefully this week we will get it ready to file.
Sidney,
it will be biblical.
Biblical indeed. Due to her appearances over the weekend and allegations, Trump gave her the good old Donald Trump treatment. You're fired. Now, does this mean that what Sidney Powell is saying is not true? Not necessarily, but if the Trump campaign is distancing themselves from her, if they don't believe her, why should we? Still, due to her very serious and long career, still she has a little bit of a benefit of the doubt. But what do you think? Comment your opinion down below. Another blow to the Trump campaign's re-election efforts is that as of yesterday, the official presidential transition has begun. The results aren't certified and Biden ain't president-elect yet, but the transition has begun, so who knows? General Services Administration Chief Emily Murphy on Monday told President-elect Joe Biden that he would begin the transition and that federal funds would be available for it. Minutes later, the president tweeted this: "I want to thank Emily Murphy at the GSA for her steadfast dedication and loyalty to our country. She has been harassed, threatened, and abused, and I do not want to see it happen to her, her family, or employee of the GSA. Our case strongly continues. We will keep up the good fight, and I believe we will prevail. Nevertheless, in the best interest of our country, I am recommending that Emily and her team do what needs to be done with regard to the initial protocols. I have told my team to do the same." Many people are saying that Trump acknowledged defeat with those tweets. It sort of seems that way, but at the same time, he still says he has a strong case. Do I believe it? I don't know. At this point, I haven't seen anything. I know they don't have to show me anything. I know I gotta wait till court, but every day, it seems like we're getting closer to a Joe Biden or Kamala Harris presidency. Do you think the government should be able to force us to take a vaccine? And what about Trump? Do you think he conceded, or do you think he's still fighting? And what about Powell? Is she crazy? I don't know. We'll give her a benefit of the doubt still. Comment your opinions down below. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe. See you next time.